Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning and Assalamu alaikum girls. I hope you all will be fine. As we are doing the reading of the chapter 5, Matter and their physical properties, page number 54. In our previous lecture we have read about the difference between matter and non-matter, and we have read about some physical properties, like first one was about the elasticity, second one was about the strength, and third one was about the hardness. So today we will move to the fourth property of the matter, that is solubility. So all of you open your book, page number 58. First of all, I will explain these properties. So our fourth physical property, that is the solubility. First of all, we should know what is solubility. The solubility of a substance in a solvent is the maximum quantity of a substance that can dissolve in a given quantity of the solvent. It means that we have to use the two substances. First one substance with the maximum quantity which can dissolve in the given quantity of the solvent. So here I can give you some example that when we add sugar into water, it dissolves in it. So the sugar, that is the maximum quantity of sugar that dissolve in the water. So the maximum quantity of the sugar that dissolve is called the solute, while a substance which does the dissolving like the water, it is a solvent. So here are two more definitions of solute and solvent. When the solute and the solvent combine together and dissolve in it, it's called the solution. Solute is the substance that dissolves, while the solvent is a substance that does the dissolving. So here you can give the example of the sugar in the solute, sugar and salt extra, while the solvent, the most common solvent is a water that dissolve all the other solutes in it except some one. So the solute and the solvent may be solid, liquid or the gas. So there is Now after solubility, our next one physical property of the matter, that is a melting point. So the melting point, as the name shows, that is a point at which the things melt. Like the solid substances that melt into liquid or convert into liquid is the process of melting. So the melting point of a substance is the temperature at which the substance converts from solid into liquid. Here we can take the example of ice, that the melting point of the ice, that is 0 degrees Celsius, while the metals that has more high melting point, like the iron is a metal, it has a melting point of 1539 degrees Celsius, while the gold, that is also a metal, it has a melting point of 1063 degrees Celsius. So there is a variation in the melting point of different substances. So the metals have high melting points. Now move to the next point, next physical property of the matter, that is electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity of a substance is a measure of how readily electricity flows through the substance. It means that as readily electricity flows, it depends on the nature of a substance. There are some substances that allow electricity to pass through them are called the electrical conductors. Electrical conductors are the substances that allow electricity to pass through them, while there are some substances that don't allow electricity to pass through them are called the electrical insulators. Here also we can give some examples of the conductors and the insulators. So first of all, the metals are good conductors of electricity, except the carbon in the form of graphite, that is insulator, while all other metals are good conductors of electricity. Here we can also give some examples of the insulator, like the wood, that is the insulator, and it doesn't allow electricity to pass through them. Next one, the plastic materials. Plastic substances also don't allow electricity to pass through them, so they are electric insulators. And rubber is also a electric insulator. Next was that relate to the electrical conductivity is the property called heat conductivity. Heat conductivity of a substance is a measure of how readily heat flows through the substance. In electrical conductivity, electricity flows in the substance, while in heat conductivity, heat flows through the substance. There are also two types of the substances that allow and don't allow heat to pass through them. So they are called heat conductors that allow heat to pass through them, while the heat insulators that don't allow heat to pass through them. Here is also the example of the metals that allow heat to pass through them. So the metals are good heat conductors, while the other substances that don't allow heat to pass through them are called the heat insulators, like the wood, plastic, and the gases that are good heat insulators. So this was our chapter in which we have read about the matter and their physical properties. So you have to do the reading from page number 58 to 60. Okay girls, Allah Hafiz.